That key? It's a subscription, not to the car, to a payment that never ends, for a vehicle you will never own, inside a deal that was built, from the ground up, to drain you quietly. Most people who sign a lease think they're the smart ones in the room. New car, low monthly, no mechanic drama, clean, easy, right? Dead wrong. They're not driving a car. They're renting a shrinking asset using future income they haven't earned yet. And I'm going to show you, with actual numbers, not theories, why leasing a car is the financial equivalent of feeding a slot machine for 3 years straight, handing it back, and calling that a win. Here's the image I want stuck in your head for the rest of this video. A gumball machine. Every month, you put in your coins. The machine gives you the gumball. You get to hold it. You get to show it off. But after 3 years, you hand it back. The machine keeps every single coin you fed it. You walk away with nothing in your hand and nothing in your account. That's a lease. You are not the owner. You are the tenant. The dealership gets paid. The manufacturer gets their car back, value intact. You get a receipt and a wave goodbye. Stay with me for 15 minutes. Because this isn't really about cars. It's about who has been quietly making your financial decisions for you, and how to take that back. Think about someone like Marcus, 27 years old. Good job, smart guy. Marcus walks into a dealership wanting something reliable. The salesman flips to the sticker, $34,000. Marcus's stomach drops a little. That's a lot. Then the salesman leans in, friendly, calm, and says, "OR. You could drive this home today for just $389 a month." And Marcus thinks, that's less than my phone plan and Netflix combined. I can definitely do $389. He signs, drives for 36 months, returns the car, leases the next one. 10 years later, Marcus has handed over $46,000 in lease payments. He owns nothing, not the steering wheel, not a floor mat, not a single bolt. And here's what I want you to really sit with. Marcus didn't make a stupid decision. He made an uninformed one. The system was built to keep him exactly that way. Now, if you're between 22 and 35 right now, you're the target. You're young enough to care about status, ambitious enough to stretch your budget, and the car industry has spent billions figuring out how to speak directly to that. 35% of all new car transactions are leases right now. Average monthly payment in 2024? $554 a month. And the average person doesn't lease once. They don't even lease twice. They lease 3.2 consecutive vehicles. Do this math with me. $554 times 12 months. That's $6,648 a year. Times 9 years, 3 back-to-back lease cycles. That's $59,832. Nearly $60,000. Gone. No equity. No ownership. No return. Drop that number in the comments. Tell me, did you know it was that high? Because most people don't. That's by design. That's not a car payment. That's a ransom note on your own financial future. Here's the part your salesperson will never walk you through. A lease is built on 3 numbers. Most people have heard of one of them. Almost nobody understands all 3. First, the capitalized cost. Basically the selling price of the car. Sometimes quietly padded with add-ons you didn't ask for and didn't notice. Second, the residual value. This is the car's projected worth when the lease ends. Here's the thing. The dealer sets this number. And when they set it low, your monthly payment goes up. You have almost no visibility into how this is calculated. Third, the money factor. This is the lease's version of an interest rate, and it is deliberately expressed in a way that makes it impossible to read at a glance. A money factor of 0.0028 sounds like nothing. Multiply it by 2,400. That's 6.72% interest. On a car you will never own. Read that again. You are paying interest on depreciation that isn't even yours. Let's run real numbers. Car sticker. $35,000. Dealer sets the residual at 55%, so $19,250. The depreciation you're financing is $15,750. Spread over 36 months, $437 a month just in depreciation. Add the money factor charge, 0.0028 times the sum of cap cost and residual. That's another $151 a month in finance charges. Total, almost $590 a month, for a car you are going to return. And the money factor? The dealer can mark that up above the manufacturer's base rate. That markup is straight profit, hidden inside a number you weren't taught to read. And we haven't even touched the fees yet. Acquisition fee when you take the lease, up to $1,200. Disposition fee when you bring it back, up to $500. Mileage over age. Most leases cap you at 10 to 12,000 miles per year. Go over? 25 cents a mile. That one road trip to visit family at the holidays just cost you $300. A small scuff on the bumper? Billable. Tire wear they decide is excessive. Billable. A lease is not a low payment deal. It is a low visibility trap. Every bend in the road has a toll you didn't see coming. I'll show you the move that changes all of this in about 3 minutes. But first, you need to understand why just get the low payment is actually the most expensive financial advice you will ever take. Everybody has a counterpoint ready. Okay, so just buy new instead. That's still not the play. And here's why. Let me tell you about Priya. Priya is 29. She works with people who pull up to the office in leased BMWs every 3 years. They look sharp. They talk about their new car like it's a personality trait. Priya drives a 4-year-old Toyota Camry she bought certified pre-owned for $18,500. Her monthly payment, $285. For 48 months. And then, nothing. Car's hers. Payment disappears. By the time her co-workers are signing their second lease, they've collectively paid $75,000 and own absolutely nothing. Priya owns a car worth $12,000. Free and clear. And she's been quietly moving $300 a month. What would have been extra lease payment into a low-cost index fund? $300 a month. Compounding at 10% annually. For 30 years. That's $678,000. Nobody in her office knows this. Nobody at the dealership told her coworkers this. That's kind of the whole point. Priya didn't buy a fancier car. She bought time. And time, when you let it run, compounds into something that changes your life. Here's the actual framework, step by step. Step 1. Target a car that's 2 to 4 years old. New cars lose 30 to 40% of their value in the first 2 years. Let someone else take that hit. You come in after the crash and buy what's left at a real discount. Step 2. Run the true cost to own before you decide. Not just the sticker price. Insurance, maintenance, fuel, registration. Sites like Edmunds give you this for free. Some affordable cars are actually expensive to live with. You need the full picture. Step 3. Finance for the shortest term you can realistically handle. 48 months instead of 72. Less interest, faster ownership. The finish line gets closer faster. Step 4. And this is the one the industry hates. When the car is paid off, keep driving it. A paid-off car that runs is not boring. It is a wealth-building tool. Every month you drive a car with no payment is a month you redirect that money into something that grows. Step 5. Redirect that money immediately. On purpose, not someday. That $400 to $550 you're no longer paying on a lease? Roth IRA, index fund, real estate down payment. You pick, but it moves. It doesn't sit in your checking account waiting to get spent. Now let me show you what this looks like at scale, because this is the number most people never actually sit with. $500 a month, Roughly what that lease costs, invested at a modest 10% annual return. 10 years, $102,000. 20 years, $382,000. 30 years, over $1.1 million. You are not choosing between a new car and an old car. You are choosing between a depreciating rental and $1 million. Every single month, that payment leaves your account. I know most people are nodding right now. The math lands. It makes sense. And then the doubt creeps in. And that doubt is exactly where the industry has you. Let's talk about that. You're thinking it. I already know. This sounds right, but I need something reliable. I can't afford a surprise $3,000 repair. A lease protects me from that. That fear is real, and it's also engineered. The industry has spent decades training you to see car ownership as risky and leasing as safe. The warranty, the peace of mind, the idea that something new means something certain. That narrative costs you, conservatively, $10,000 to $20,000 per lease cycle. Here's the reality. A 3-year-old certified pre-owned vehicle with an extended warranty gives you coverage that is nearly identical to what a lease offers, for a fraction of the price. A CPO Toyota with a 3-year extended warranty, about $1,000 out of pocket. The peace of mind premium in a lease? It's embedded inside that $550 monthly payment. Over 36 months, that's $19,800. You are paying $19,800 for what you could buy for $1,000. Leasing isn't buying safety. It's buying the illusion of safety while handing someone else the asset. The fear is real. The financial logic behind it is manufactured. And now you know the difference. Alright, here's something I didn't put in the title. And this is the thing you can actually use tonight. If you are going to lease regardless, if the situation makes it unavoidable, there is one number almost nobody negotiates: the money factor. And here's what most people don't know. Dealers are legally required to disclose the money factor if you ask for it directly. But they're not going to volunteer it. They want you focused on the monthly number. That's where their margin hides. Instead, ask for the manufacturer's base money factor. Then ask what factor the dealer is actually charging you. There is almost always a markup. That markup is negotiable. In many cases, you can push it back to base. In some cases, if they won't budge, you walk, and they call you back. This one move, on one conversation, can save you $500 to $2,000 over the life of a lease. 3 questions. Memorize them before you ever walk into a showroom. What is the manufacturer's base money factor for this vehicle right now? What money factor are you quoting me? What is the residual value, and how is it set? The salesperson who stalls is hiding something. The one who deflects is hiding something. The one who answers cleanly, that's a dealer worth working with. You are a negotiator. Act like it. You now know what Marcus didn't know when he picked up that pen. You know what Priya figured out before anyone else at her office did. The lease isn't just a car decision. It's a mirror. It shows you whether you're optimizing for how things look in the short term, or what they become over time. Slow down. Run the math. Own the asset. But here's where we go next. Because once you stop bleeding on the car, you're ready for the real question. Where do you actually put that money? Real estate or the stock market? Which one builds wealth faster? The answer is not what the real estate guys will tell you. And it's not what the stock bros will tell you either. I break down the real math in the next video. Real estate versus stocks. Which one will actually make you more money? I'll see you there.